I'm Sunday Amado, and on FacetoFace today, I am hosting former Member of Parliament for the people of Accra, former First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, former plenty things, but currently he's the chairman of the NPP Presidential Elections Committee. He has two names, one that is written name and one that is pronounced. So the written one is Joseph Osei Owusu, but the pronounced one is Osei Owusu. Correct?
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm so well. How are you?
I'm good. You're looking good in retirement.
Retirement is peace of mind. There's a lot of peace, a lot of free space, retirement, rest. And,
no stress, but also say when you retire, you get old early. Now you have
64. Yeah. I had that too, but I think a lot depends on what you allow your mind to do. I moved to live at Bekwai.
Oh, you come back to Bekwai?
Yes.
You're in the Housing Ambassador of Accra?
No, I'm here only because of this election. The last 1 month of this election is what has brought me back to Accra. At Bekwai, I have so much free space. I walk a lot. And then I go to my farm. In the evenings, there's a big public park. It's a social center. I call it Amansie Nsroma, Star of Amansie. The park there is excellent to relax at. So I take my time to do everything.
Is it park as in like a forest or trees kind of park?
No,
a football park?
It's like a football park.
Okay.
It's actually created that for outdoor events. The center itself has a big space for indoor events, and then the park is for outdoor events.
So you sit there and relax?
I relax a lot. And strangely, very senior people enjoy coming to sit there to relax. Some are manghine and things. The place is quite removed from the bustle of town, and you can feel anonymous. I enjoy sitting there and enjoying the breeze. And
is Bekwai an urbanized town or rural or urban kind of place? I don't know Bekwai.
Well,
so compared to one town,
who are you? Right? Accra is the national capital, so,
yes, I mean, so
there's no.
Would it be like an Adenta or a Dansoman? Or
it's bigger than the two together, but it's better resourced than the two together. Every road in Bekwai town is tarred. So when I'm going on a walk, very asphalted road that I walk around the regional police headquarters, I do 3 rounds every morning. Very, very. Because
you're not afraid that somebody come and beat you up?
I'm surprised why people think so. My own hometown where I grew up, no. Incidentally, one morning as I was walking, the walk passes by the National Road N6, the one main Cape Coast Road. So a vehicle was passing by and I heard other people, hey, Joyce, you're not afraid to walk alone? I said, why should I be afraid to walk in my town? Then they said, oh, we understand it. When you went to Parliament, you did not offend anybody. I can't say that I didn't offend anybody. Not everybody got what they wanted from me. But generally, I feel very much at home at Bekwai. When I drive around town, there's nowhere that will take me more than 5 minutes to get to. And there's no stress with traffic, grounds, no. And I don't need to endure dust anywhere.
And your farm, is it a bit far from the township?
It's about 2.5 kilometers from my house. I'm cultivating ginger. Yes. Started with 10 acres. I couldn't do all of, so I've done about 6. And I'm learning a lot from farming.
Big business?
Should I say yes? Let me say that even before I started cultivating, I got an offer. Everything you harvest, I'll buy it.
Wow.
Right. But Chalet is no joke. It's cost me a lot of money.
I can imagine.
And then now the challenges are showing. When you think it's all done, suddenly all the leaves are wilting. And then the experts come, different opinions are offered.
You do irrigation or you rely on the...
I have set up irrigation setup.
Wow.
I created a pond, and then I have the setup.
You're enjoying retirement.
Oh yes, You know, when you have something that motivates you to do, you keep active, you keep thinking, trying this and trying that. It's beautiful.
It's possible you would have won the prior without any problem if you run again. So why did you decide not to run again?
For how long can you be in public?
Four.
Of 4 times 4. Yes. 16 years of my life in public service.
Nancy Pelosi was a member of parliament the year I was born. She's still in the House until she became Speaker, and I'm not sure, I think she's still in there in the US.
That's a different culture.
Yeah,
in our culture, they'll say, "Oh, why you kept too long?" And they give you a big name.
From parliament, don't you agree that we don't have brains? Badman has gone. You have gone.
Well, it is true that institutional memory loses. Parliament loses institutional memory. But I think in our part of the world, we should learn to let go, and you do your part, leave a legacy that you'll be remembered for, and move on. That's what I believe in. Well, I trust in my instincts, and what I believe in is, I started from DVLA. Yeah. I spent 6.5 years in DVLA, and I've spent another 16 years here. I think that's enough for the public service. I started life as a private lawyer, and I want to end as a private person.
But currently, you still do legal work stuff?
I have trained 3. My daughter, my son, and my niece. Okay. Or they have all become lawyers. Would I be going there to compete with them?
You don't run any chambers?
Not at all. I'm not interested at all.
You come in as a lawyer. I have a matter. I want you to help me.
I'll offer you an opinion, but if you want me to take a step in any official, I'll refer you to a lawyer. At Bekwai, there's a lawyer there. All the cases that come to me, I refer to him.
Yes. But do you try to micromanage your current MP? Do you try to give him advice, guide him?
Not at all. Not at all. I think that people must be allowed to make their own mistakes and learn from them, you know. But once in a while, he calls me, we discuss a few things, and I'm particularly interested in some projects that have stalled. In 2023, Bekwai Police was elevated to a regional headquarters, Ashanti South Regional Headquarters.
Oh, that's where it's based.
That's right, and I strove to get a structure for them. Currently, they are using the divisional headquarters are built as the regional headquarters. So we started a project supported by Common Fund, and apartments for the staff, bungalows for the senior officers, and an office building. It has stalled. That is where we had a discussion recently. I've also had discussions with the current MCE. But I think because we're using the Common Fund to source, they can work with the contractor and pay him quarterly or annually so that he can complete the project for us. As far as I'm concerned, it's a public project, so we should continue and finish it for.
Would you take up a chieftaincy title, a chieftaincy position, maybe not that it's time for public? Can be a chief.
I've been offered that about 3 years ago. Just last month, when he asked me whether I'm not taking his offer, but truly, from my experience, I grew up at a palace. My father's elder brother was Trafohene of Bekwai. So I observed all the proceedings, and I've served at the main palace for many years.
No wonder when you're working, you have some chieftaincy all around.
You know, so I think I want to take back seat and use the rest of my life to serve me.
So you don't miss parliament?
At all.
Do you follow parliament?
Let me be frank, I've never watched any proceedings ever since I left parliament. Never.
Why? That's your baby. You should see how things are growing.
Well, when your baby grows, you allow him or her to...
Not a single episode of
I saw...
the vetting, the appointment.
Never once did I watch the vettings.
I was going to ask you how your replacement is doing.
I've never watched the proceedings. There was only a time that there were some disagreements which led into some altercations. I think somebody lifted that and put it on one of my WhatsApp platforms, and that's the only one I saw. But I've never monitored or followed anything. It's a deliberate policy. I stay out, I keep quiet, I keep away from that.
So if that's what you decided, why have you decided to take up this problem, and I'm using problem advisory, as chairman of the Presidential Elections Committee, where we saw a little bit of it yesterday during your
I took it because my party needed somebody strong and firm to be able to manage this process. First, I was offered the position to chair the the conference committee. I resisted a little, but I asked myself, why should you? The party has helped you, elevated you, you've learned a lot from that, so why not you serve your party? And so I took that position. I think that people were satisfied with the way we organized the conference. So when I was called again, I said, very well, let me take this, because we need the kind of discipline that will bring us back and ensure that people's confidence grow in the way we do things. So,
this is pro bono?
Yes, pro bono.
So this is just a sacrifice for your party?
Yes.
Because you believe that you have to help the party?
Exactly.
Do you think that the party is at a period where it may disintegrate and there's a need for a strong hand to hold it up?
Disintegrate? I don't think so. But we need a strong hand to keep it on the narrow path to recover from what we've lost, public confidence. Right.
There are critics who say that your national leadership is very weak. I know you work for them. You may not call them out here, but what's your view on that criticism?
Well, if you ask me anything about the party, I will insist that we do that in-house. We insist that we don't discuss our chiefs in public, do we? So the leadership of the party and all matters relating to the management of the party, we have a forum for discussing it, and if I'm there, I'll speak bluntly as I see it. But I think what is important for me is that our people should whip up their enthusiasm for the party and let them be assured that the party is not dead, it will never die. But existing for the sake of it is not a good practice. We need to thread a narrow path which shows that this is our vision. As you walk around here, you see the number of things we have advertised as reflecting our principles and values. We must demonstrate that we are living those principles and values, and it must reflect in all the things we do.
When you went home voluntarily, you didn't want to run again for the party. You observed the election, no doubt. When you saw the election results come on election night, were you shocked?
To some extent, yes.
Which one shocked you, the parliament or the presidential?
Overall, I was looking at the turnout, and I started experiencing some doubts when I went out to monitor. I had just come out of a major surgery, and so I was not very active in the last 3-4 months to the election. But on the election day, my driver and I drove around a little. I went to about 12 to 15 polling stations in my constituency, and I observed that now the turnout appears to be too low. From my experience, I've been involved in elections since '92. I was a polling station chairman, what today we call electoral coordinator, electoral area coordinator, before becoming constituency chairman, before becoming an MP. So I've been involved in the election observation and management for all the period. What I saw was totally different. The turnout as at 12 o'clock was way too low. And everywhere I went, the crowds that I used to see, they were absent, and I felt a little nervous. So I called the party executives at those locations, other people, go into their houses and call them. We used to do that. We do high taxis for people who were disabled, carry them into the taxi, bring them when they finish voting, we send them back. You know, I'm not seeing that in this. So, Chief, people are not coming out. I don't know why. Well,
NPP strong.
very, very strong. That's a place where we getting up to 90% all the time. The least we do is about 85%. So very, very, very. In fact, the Blue Party, this NPP, was launched for the first time at Bekwai.
Okay, so that's
A very root of. When they did everything, Bekwai was where they launched. The location where they launched it now has a Pentecost church standing there.
That's the foundation.
Yes.
So did you sense then and there that you were going to lose? Or let me say this, before you went into the election, were you doubtful that NPP was going to win the election?
No, somehow, maybe, no, I was confident, to be frank. I was confident. Maybe.
All the 8 years, the fact that you had the economy to fight with, all of these things.
What I had not looked at strictly was the effect of the, is it DDP?
DDEP, yes.
DDEP on the middle class. I've seen we underestimated it. I particularly underestimated it. I've seen the picketing. I saw the people involved, and I think yes, I should have realized that we were losing the middle class, And so, finally, when I started hearing the results, there's somebody who was close to me mentioned that somebody had lost in Accra. Couldn't believe it. I mean, she's NDC. I was surprised to hear that. So I called her. She didn't answer, but the following morning she called back. I learned you lost your seat. Said, no, just because I didn't. But some mischievous people are doing that. Oh, I'm glad that. Then I saw something about one of my leaders. So I tried to reach him. He has won, but they are playing all kinds of tricks. Then MP for Wasi East calls me. This bigger. I've won the elections. Using all kinds of violence. My policeman has run away. He's abandoned me. I said, can you get hold of the pink sheet, protect your pink sheet and play it safe? So, okay, I'll do that. So he managed to get away from the violence, but the pink sheets were safe. That is what saved his seat, But generally, when
someone went down.
Yes.
Everybody was going down.
Yes, and all of that were as a result of low turnout. If you look at the figures critically, you see that in my constituency, we came down to about 65%.
From 85?
Yes, the lowest before then was 85.
So it wasn't MPP's defeat, but it wasn't NDC's victory, but MPP's defeat.
Most likely. But as far as I'm concerned, doesn't matter. You've lost. So what did we do to make the people who ordinarily feel confident coming out to vote for us not come? Those are the factors that, in my view, we should be focusing on.
You have to rise up and build. I remember
That's right.
did rise and build.
That's right.
Do you think your party is rising properly and building? Because there's a view that even your primary speech you are sharing in the election is being hastily done and as wounds have not been healed enough, people have not been allowed to vent enough, and that allows some venting to happen, that you are suffocating people.
Really? In the party? No. The people who we fear they don't come out, who we thought or probably didn't pay much attention to their pain, are not necessarily voters, the in-house voters. The in-house voters are the everyday people in the rural communities. They are not peeved. Of course, in a few places, they are justifiably angry. Justifiably angry because infrastructure they expected us to do that we didn't. Yeah, so they are justifiably angry, but they did not even vent their spleen on us. They still went and voted and we won. But we should be careful not to take them for granted anymore. Oh, this place they'll vote for us, so no. We should focus on those who truly vote for us.
So the biggest lesson for you from election 2024 will be what?
Don't take your stronghold for granted. The people who every day stand by you, they are your pillar. Don't take them for granted. And that's what we have done. That's what we did. To be frank, that policy was economically sound for the country, but politically dangerous for us. If we're being evaluated, our party going forward versus our nation going forward, I'm sure that any economist will look critically and say, this thing was dangerous for you as a party, but good for the country. So you sacrificed.
The party led the country to floods.
Well, oh, is that true? I think that would not be fair.
If you didn't drive us aground, we no need for you to use.
Did we drive us aground? The thing that happened that made us hit the ground, don't overlook them. They are things that we don't have control over.
Okay.
That's,
Let me take a break and return. This is FacetoFace on ChannelOne television. I'm Omar Rusanda, but my guest is Honorable Osei Owusu. He's chairman of the NPP Presidential Election Committee. We're going to talk about that now when we come back, how that process is.